So hi guys, welcome to my channel. So today I will be solving this GFG problem of the day, which is missing and repeating. Again, the difficulty is marked as medium, but the approach is like somewhat simple. So let's read the problem and try to approach this. So you are given an unsorted array of, okay, of is repeated 2 times, okay, but never mind, of positive integers. One number a from set 1 to n is missing and one number b occurs twice in array. Find the numbers a and b. You are given an array which is of unsorted and the numbers will be in the range from 1 to n, and the numbers which is in 1 to n, one number will be repeating, and if one number is repeating then it will take the place of another number, so the another number will be missing from the array. Okay, so we have to find the missing or repeating. So let's see with the test case. Okay, so here is the test case. We all can see that in this the repeating number we all can see here is 4. Okay, and the missing number here is, so beside this we can see that the number should be in the range 1 to 5, means the size 1 2 3 4 and 5. So the missing number here is 5 and the repeating is equal to 4. We have to find this from the array. Okay, so the time constraint which is given in the question is we have to solve it in big of n, and the auxiliary space which we can take is big of 1, means no extra space we can utilize. Okay, so now with one iteration we have to solve this problem. Okay, so if we are standing at this particular index, it might be possible that the element 4 is repeating. So how do we come to know? Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's make a target, and so what we'll be doing is we'll take the element of this array 4, do it -1 and mark the index as negative. Okay, so what I have said means ABS of this element array of I and mark this element as negative, means do -1 and mark this element as negative, means 4 minus 1 which is equal to 3, means coming to this index and marking it as negative, means I'll cross this and mark it as -2. Okay, so now again I'm coming to this index, so the element present at this index is 4. So it might be possible that 4 is repeated. So again what we'll be doing, ABS of array of I means 4. ABS means absolute value means 4. 4 minus 1 which is equal to 3. So go to 3 index and mark it as negative. Okay, so when we will be going to this index, we see that already it has been marked as negative, means there is already element which is present before which has already been marked this element as negative, means this element is a repeated element. So what we'll be doing, we'll mark 4 as repeated. Okay, we have found this 4. Now again we'll be moving to this index 3, reduce it, array of I, ABS of array of I means 3 minus 1 2. So let's move to index 2, means same here, and mark it as negative. Okay, so remove this and mark it as negative. Now coming to 2. Okay, so now ABS of array of element means which is equal to 2 minus 1 is 1. Now let's come to this index and mark this as negative. Remove this and mark it as negative. Now again moving to this index. Okay, so let's remove 1 minus 1 which is equal to 0, come to 0 and mark this as negative. Okay, mark this as negative. Okay, so now we have to find the missing element. We have done all the operations, so now we will be iterating our loop and we'll be checking that what is the element which is still unmarked as negative element. Okay, so we can see that this is the index which is remained positive, means what we are doing previously is, if we are standing at any element 4, means we are marking its index 3 as negative, we are standing at 2 means we are marking 1 as negative. We are standing at 1, we'll be marking 0 as negative. Means if the index 4 is remained unmarked, means the number 5 is missing. So that we haven't marked 4 as negative, means what we'll be iterating the whole array and see that whatever index is still left unmarked, then it means it is the +1, means 4 plus 1 means I plus 1 will be the missing element. Okay, so this is how we are finding the missing element and repeating element. So again, concluding, so what we have done is whatever element we are getting, we are marking its -1 index as negative. It will help us to find that whatever element we have marked as negative, if some of the element is again like forcing this element to mark as negative, which is already marked negative, then this is element as, means this element is repeating element. Okay, so after performing all the operations, only one index will be left unmarked as negative element. Why? Because of the missing number. Means if 5 would have present, then we would have marked it the element at present at index 4 as negative, but 5 is missing, so that in the index we have found that the missing number is 5. Okay, so this is how we are doing. So now these are the steps we'll be following to find the repeated and missing number from the array. So what we are doing is we are running a for loop. And every time we'll be finding a target index by doing array of element, means whatever index we are currently standing on, the element present on the current index, ABS means positive side, and doing -1 to find the target index, going to the target index and searching that if it is already marked as negative, then what we'll be doing, repeated is equals to ABS of array of I. Means if we are standing at this element array of I, I'll be finding the target as ABS of array of I, means 4 minus 1 3, going to third index. If it is already marked as negative, then what we'll be doing, marking repeated as ABS of array of I. Okay, marking repeated as ABS of array of I means absolute value of array of I means 4. 4 is the repeated element. Else, if it is not marked as negative, then we'll be marking array of target as minus of array of target. Okay, so this is how we are solving this repetition. What are the elements which is repeated twice, and for missing element we'll be iterating a for loop, and whatever element is present as positive, then we'll be marking missing is equals to I plus 1. Like here, if this element is marked as positive, it means that 4 plus 1, which is 5, the number 5 is missing from the array. So let's this is how we are solving this problem. So let's write the code. So int miss comma repetition. Now array.size I plus plus, we have to initialize the target as ABS of array of I minus 1. Okay, now if array of target is already marked as negative, then what we'll be doing, means repeated is equals to ABS of array of target. Okay, else what we'll be doing, array of target is equals to minus of array of target. Okay, now after coming from the loop to find the missing element, so what we'll be doing, for I less than I plus plus, then if array of I is greater than 0, it means that the particular index element is remained unmarked as negative, and we'll be doing missing is equals to I plus 1, and then break the loop, and finally returning the repeating comma missing. Okay, so let's run the code. Okay, it's passing. Let's submit it. So I have done a small mistake, which is this. Okay, so repetition is equals to ABS of array of I, means the particular element is repeated, so that we have failed to mark this particular index, so this 4 is repeated. So this will be array of I. Now let's compile this. And okay, so now let's submit it. Okay, so it got passed. So this is how we are solving this. So the time complexity for this problem is big of n, because we are traversing the loop 2 times, linear iteration, and the space complexity is big of 1 because we have used 2 variables and no extra space, like no data structures we have used. So thank you for watching and having patience. So thank you.